Ladies and gentlemen, there is a news article that just came out about CPF Life, and there was so much social media anti-government, anti-policy sentiment about it. It represents a huge misunderstanding of a powerful wealth generator that can make so many people rich and secure in your retirement, and yet is badly misunderstood. Today, I come out to help to correct this misunderstanding. So please hear me out all the way until the end. It is so sayang, so big a loss that so many Singaporeans are not seeing how powerful the CPF Life is, and there's so much mistrust, and there are a lot of misconception towards it. Today, I hope that I will help to address some of it. To start off, there was an event held, I think, in Mandarin Dialogue at Suntec City. It's in Chinese, where the Senior Minister of State, Ko Po Kun, and also the Deputy CEO, Mr. Tang, and a CPF member came out and did an interview. There were a couple of remarks that were made by the speakers, but I'll just highlight two because these two were the one that raised the most controversy. And I think it is important that we deal with this in the right angle. So the first remark by Dr. Koh was that CPF Life give monthly payout, much like rental income from property. This one, to be frank, doesn't generate as much negative sentiment as the other one, but I thought it is important for me to also address it later. But the real fiery one came out was by Mr. Tang. Mr. Tang is from CPF Board. He's the Deputy CEO. I've met him before. Good man. So he said that CPF member who continue to work can choose to defer CPF Life payout from 65 to 70 years old. And every year they defer, their monthly payout will increase by 7%. This means that if they defer for 5 years until 70 years old, their payout will increase as much as 35%. Well, this note that was well delivered, well intentioned, was heavily misunderstood by a lot of people. Multitudes across social media, across Singapore, reacted with anger and fear, and there was an emotional eruption of negative sentiments. I saw Business Times and Lianhe Zaobao, or social media, all grumbling. And now let me share with you what are some of these things. So first, in the Chinese social media, the comments were that long, like really, really very long. I just summarized in a few key ones. Okay. First one is they say that, I fear that by the time I get my money, I won't be able to spend it. So a lot of people were very upset with this 70 years old remark. Delaying to 70 years old means government is calculating our lifespan. So not calculating, like plotting our lifespan, right? So, and what it says in Chinese is, 我怕我领到钱已经没有命花了. That means people cannot live to 70. And 拖到70岁才领，等于政府在算我们的寿命, right? So it's like plotting against us kind of thing, right? 从13岁工作现在才有一点钱，却要等到70岁, which basically means that working till since 13, I finally have some money. Why have to wait until 70 years old? And then, of course, they say that, these high income officials have no awareness of our suffering. 高收入官员没有痛苦意志, so it's like they don't understand. Well, basically, people are saying that, how dare you try to increase and delay our CPF payout to 70 years old and so on, right? So I can understand this feeling. The English social media is not any kinder. I thought this just maybe focus on the Chinese social media, but the English one was also equally fiery. So it basically says that if you raise the withdrawal age, raise the funeral age also, right? It's basically making fun about, again, at least 70 years. Government can always change the rules. Nothing is safe. They are like saying that, oh, you're like hinting that you're going to increase it to 70 years old now. Okay. Yeah, you damn government kind of thing, right? So, and then, of course, basically in this, there are some comments about property. You cannot compare CPF Life with property. Property very good. I can see the whole house. I can get rental income. My property value go up. your CPF, value goes down. I cannot leave anything to my children. Ultimately, with CPF Life, I can leave a house to my CPF. No, that kind of comment I do see. But the worst one was this 70 years old. I was looking through and asked AI to generate for me. It looks like 70% of the comments were very angry. 20% was like hopelessness. Okay, only 10% was more balance and things like that. So basically, all the comments were extremely fiery. This reminds me of my 1965 journey over the last 10 years. 10 over years ago, remember in Hong Lim Park, people will go there and shout, return my CPF, return my CPF, return my CPF. And I was told that CPF officers, ever since then, for some time, couldn't dare to show their pass. They would there was some joke that they would stop their taxi before at SIA building instead of CPF building, which is just beside. And if anybody asks, say, no, I'm working in SIA. Those days people were really afraid of being assigned to be part of CPF. That was when I discovered that the CPF was a powerful wealth accumulator. Okay, and I stood up first, right in front at the firing squad, telling everybody, "You got it wrong. It's such a powerful wealth accumulator. You don't know how much bullets I took. Really, I took huge amount of bullets. I took for years." To stand up to try to correct to everybody, you got it wrong. Okay? It is a powerful wealth accumulator like the CPF Life. First, you get to get that mental block out of your mind first. Okay? That the government, everybody seems to believe the government is just trying to makan your money. Well, I'm not going to defend the government this thing, but I know with conviction 10 years ago that CPF was a wonderful, powerful wealth accumulator. I told everybody you could make $1 million out of CPF. Everybody was like, this guy is smoking weed, right? Okay. Call me all sorts of names. Those days I was called Mr. CPF as an insult, not a title. Fast track, 10 years have passed. I think the angry voices have died out. Everybody is rushing to take advantage of the CPF special accounts compounding power so much that the government has actually decided to shut down the CPF special account at 55 years old. Okay, so I think that this episode right now reminds me of those days. Okay, and I want to deal with it at the start, nip the problem at the start before this thing carries on in the wrong way. Let me tell you categorically, all of you who believe that CPF Life is bad is wrong. Okay? It is a powerful wealth generator. Get that right. Number one is that the CPF Life provides you lifetime income, lifetime, for a whole lifetime. Okay? There is very few instruments out there that give you interest, gives you a payout of huge amount over a lifetime. And I need to emphasize that this 65 to 70 years old is a feature and is a flexibility, and is not trying to tell you that government is going to delay CPF Life payout to 70 years old. It's a choice that you can decide to make. With this kind of huge income that's coming in, I want to live to 100 years old. I told everybody, because it generates so much income. Number two, CPF Life is tax-free. It generates a hell of income. I don't need to pay 1 cent. Okay? It's 100% tax-free. Property rental, you have to pay tax. And there's ongoing maintenance fee, agency fee, rental agreement, got to pay also. Okay? Yeah. And then wear and tear in the house, you got to pay. CPF Life, you don't need to pay a single cent. It just covers you for your life. Okay? It's really very good. Now, I just want to address Dr. Koh's remark. He says that CPF Life gives monthly payout like rental income from property, and that sparked off a bit of debate. I will just say this, depend on how you see it. Okay, philosophically, it's not quite the same, right? In the property philosophy, you maintain the property, and then you take out the rental as income. I will attribute it closer to a fixed D, right? In a fixed D or CPF OA, they pay you an interest where the principal is being kept untouched. That's the right analogy or comparison. where CPF Life actually provides you income, but it gradually draws down over the years until you fade away and in time to come. Okay, so it's not so much right or wrong. It's different retirement philosophy. I talk a lot about this in my courses. I'm trying to share with everybody that in a case of CPF Life is a concept of a die with zero approach, right? Okay, in a philosophy of a rental income, you just preserve your property to hand over to your offspring and things like that. Tonight, maybe I'll debate more about this and explain more to people, but it's no right or wrong. It's just a different retirement philosophy. Let me state it categorically clear that the 70-year-old remark, it is not, okay, a policy, but a feature. It basically says this: if you start your CPF Life payout at 65 years old, okay, you get a certain sum of money. But let's say you are continue working. Why you want to start your CPF Life payout? If you continue to work, which some of us will decide, well, I want to work until I'm 90 years old because I enjoy my work. Okay. Some of you don't want to work until 90 years old. That's fine. Okay. But my point is, if every year you choose to delay your CPF Life payout, the monthly jump in income increased by 7% compounded. To put numbers, okay, into illustration, I've pulled out this set of numbers. Watch carefully. So if I decided that I'll top up my CPF retirement account at ERS, and I let it compound all the way to 65 years old, and I start withdrawing, I get to enjoy $3,540 every month. Whether that's high or not, that's debatable. But it's $3,540 at 65 years old. But I'm going to work. Why on earth do I need to go and draw my CPF Life right now? I'm going to work. And many of you, although you may disagree right now, come to 65 years old, you're still young, capable, whatsoever. Donald Trump, 80 years old, working like a horse. Anwar Ibrahim also 70 plus years old. We got Mahathir, 90 years old, still become prime minister at that point in time. Okay, I'm just saying that the world is full of examples of people who continue to work up to 70, 80 years old. But let's say you decided that, okay, like Mr. Loop, like some of these people, you want to work until 70 years old? Fine. Okay. How much do I get? I delay every year my payment. I can choose not to, but I choose to delay. Instead of 3,500, I give myself a pay rise to $4,700. Okay. It's a choice to boost your yearly income. And by the time 70 years old, I decided not to work. It gives me a high income. From the day until then, till I die, I will get 4,700. And I've got a formula to even boost that much higher. Okay. But I'm trying to say, at that income, your children don't want you to die. Right? Don't want you to die. At the deathbed, say, Papa, Mama, Papa, please stay on. Okay. Because every month you generate $4,000, $5,000 for us. Right? So I'm just trying to tell you that this is a feature, is not a curse. Talking about, I'll just talk one slide on this. We do have a secret CPF Life booster that we have figured out. Okay. It will strengthen many people's, and already has strengthened many people's retirement income to become 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 alone. It is not a house logy. I've shared so far with hundreds of people already. We run this course that we do. I know a lot of people cannot sign up tonight. I will make sure that, anybody wants to sign up, I'll make it available for you guys tonight at 11:15 after my class. And with this, you guys will have a wonderful retirement. I didn't say it's easy. It requires some planning and execution, but 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, okay? Majority of that is through smart planning. Are you going to miss that? So I'll see you at 11:15 tonight on this. Let's move back to our slide. So in my projection of my own CPF Life payment, if I can live to 90 years old, I'm doing everything possible right now to live to at least 90, if not 100 years old. If I can live to 90 years old, the government is going to give me in total $1.7 million. It can It can happen to you too. A lot of people don't know. You put in a little bit of money, government give a lot of money. But if I can live to 100 years old, it give me $2.6 million. This is literally government throwing money at you. Take or don't take. Government give you money, take or don't take. You may not like the government, you may not like CPF, but you must like their money. I understand the frustration, but let's make the decision clearly. You can still want to retire well, okay? But don't get the wrong misconception. I am not receiving any commercial advertisement from government. I'm not going to run for politics. I'm too old for that. I'm telling you, after 10 over years of education, don't get it wrong and make the wrong decision. The CPF Life is a powerful post-retirement income generator. Don't be like the people in the past. There were a lot of ringleaders, people who actually misled the rest of the world. People in Hong Lim Park in those days, 10 over years ago, misled a lot of people. And a lot of people miss out on the powerful compounding power of the CPF. Today, I'm already reaching 4M65. I hope to reach there hopefully by, I don't know, 50 in my 50s, okay? And maybe even retire at 65 years old with $7 million. That's because I started early and I realized things that didn't. Today, I'm telling you right now, your CPF Life is a mega powerful income generator. Don't get misled by emotions because of a lack of knowledge, okay? I'll see you tonight at 11:15. Bye-bye.